going to be just a normal day in my life, what I do day to day. First, I always start out with my breakfast. I love my chocolate chip cookie bread. I love it. It's so delicious. It's one of my favorite grocery store finds. This is the first thing I do every morning. I wake up, I eat my breakfast, and then I get ready. And then after this, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I'm on my way to the grocery store. I've got my bag. You have to bring a reusable bag because they will charge you 5 cents or 10 cents for every plastic bag you use. And going to the grocery store is a very common occurrence in Italy. I go almost every day. The food here is really fresh, which means it also goes bad really fast. Also, you can only carry so much in your bag before it gets too heavy to carry back. So that's why I go almost every day. I'm just gonna go pick up a few things that I need, and then I'll be set for a day or two. Time for a grocery haul. I just got back from the store and I spent 20 euro. That's it. And in case you don't believe me, all right, so let's go through everything I bought and you're gonna be surprised that all of this was 20 euro. Pan di Stelle cookies, one of my personal favorites. This was just over 2.50. Salad mix, this was 1.50. This is fresh pasta and it's prosciutto tortellini, and this was 3.50 and it's 2 servings worth. Orange juice for 2.50. Sprite, 68 cents. And yes, in Italy you can buy individual cans. You don't have to buy the whole package. I've already tried Coke and Fanta, and Sprite I think is the last Coke product that I want to try. Root touch-up. My hairdresser is gonna kill me. Hi, I'm getting desperate. This is getting bad, so I'm gonna try some root touch-up. But like I said, I'm getting desperate. I'm nervous about the language barrier. And yeah, we're gonna go with root touch-up. This was $4. This is a pizza, a frozen pizza. There's a whole aisle of frozen pizzas, and frozen pizzas are actually pretty good here. This was $4.50. And this is one of the more expensive frozen pizzas. I'm just trying them all just to see what each one tastes like. So $4.50. And last is a bottle of water, 36 cents. Oh, that's not good. I'm here at the park, and it's Parco Castello. I love this park. It's one of my favorite places to go in the morning. It's not very crowded, and it's nice to just get out in nature, have a little walk, and just enjoy myself. So I usually just walk around. There's a few favorite spots that I'm going to show you. It's about a 25-minute walk for me to get here, but it's worth it for me. I love being out in nature. There's birds here, there's geese and ducks, and it's right by a castle. Look, there's the castle right there. It's a nice place for me to go in the morning to get a little bit of exercise before I start my work day, because yes, I do work while I'm here. Anyway, so let's go for a walk. I'll show you some sights. I finished my walk in the park, and I love going to this park also because after I walk through the park, I can walk around a castle. Here it is right here. This castle is situated right beside the park, so I can go for a walk around a castle after I walk through the park, and I think it's just so cool that I can walk around a castle
almost every day. I still can't really fathom it, but here's a little walk around the castle for you.
It's time for work. I do work while I'm in Italy. A lot of people think that because I'm living here for 3 months, I don't have a job, and that's not true. So I work kind of strange hours. I work from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Italy time. I was allowed to choose my work hours. I chose these because Italy tends to stay up later. So restaurants do not open until 7 p.m. and some bars might open at 6 or 6:30, but the majority is 7 p.m. And so it doesn't really make sense for me to get off work at 5 and then sit around and wait for 2 hours for restaurants to open. Then I get back late. I have things to do before I go to bed, and then I wake up tired. It's just not a good thing. So I chose 11 to 7. Unfortunately, I am working American hours while I'm in Italy, so I think it's very, my life is very similar to that in America as opposed to Italy because I'm not following that way of life. Their work hours are very different. They take a 2 to 3 hour break at lunchtime. So a lot of things shut down at noon and then they open back up around 3 p.m. Most Italians go home for lunch during this time. And then they go back to work and they work until like 6 p.m. So I think my experience is very similar to what I'm used to because I am working these American hours. I'm still working for the company that I worked with in America. So now starts my 8-hour work sprint. I enjoy working in the morning because no one's online to bother me. I know that sounds terrible, but especially with the advent of Teams, people are sending you messages nonstop throughout the day. And this just makes it a little bit easier for me to do my work more quickly. And so I have a few hours in the morning, 11 to 1 or 2, where I can get a lot of work done and be extremely focused. And then everyone starts logging on at work around 2 p.m. my time. And that's when I start responding to messages. I get a lot more emails and I just tend to do those, what I call transactional things. And then I do that until I log off at 7 p.m. I'm done with work, finally, so it is 7 p.m. I'm going to cook dinner and then spend the rest of the night relaxing. I'm going to read, practice my Italian a little bit, clean up around the house, do some normal things before I go to bed. For dinner, I am having tortellini. I have fallen in love with the fresh pasta that you can grab in the refrigerated aisle of the grocery store, and it literally cooks in 3 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever it says on the package. And it's so delicious, and it's 2 meals worth, and I just love trying all that. There's so many flavors. I love trying them all. Tonight's is prosciutto, and I'm very excited about it. I'm getting ready for bed and I'm reading on my Kindle. I have a subscription to Kindle Unlimited while I'm here, and I have to say it has been a lifesaver because I do have some free time and I have the Kindle and I don't have physical books and I can't go to the bookstore and buy physical books. So I love having Kindle Unlimited. The book I'm currently reading is the Plated Prisoner series. Book 1 is Guild, and I'm on chapter 20.
I finished my reading for the night and it's time to go to bed. My day-to-day in Italy is very similar to my day-to-day in the US, and I wanted to highlight that. Sure, there are some differences like being able to walk by a castle, but other than that, life is pretty much the same. It's pretty normal.